regular day.
Why did Jake get the cooler mic from Andrew? And I got this dented piece of garbage.
He gave me that one first and it didn't work.
So not only did I get the dented piece of garbage, I got the handy down.
It's the only handy you're getting.
I mean, sometimes. Nobody else getting on the night?
Doesn't look like it.
I don't think he's doing his tirade today.
Who's doing what?
Said I don't think Tifo's doing his Tifo tirade today.
You know I can hear you too, right?
Yeah, no, I'm saying you're not doing it, are you?
No.
I wasn't saying anything bad.
Oh, I thought I heard you say stupid tirade.
No, I said I don't think Tifo's doing his tirade today.
Man, how low is my self-esteem?
Right, like usually I crack on you. I didn't even do it that time. Today's gonna be interesting. Andrew's grumpy. There's only 4 of us, and he's not gonna let me talk about anything I want to talk about today. So I'm gonna have to shut up and nod and smile a lot.
Well, here's all of you.
Oh, look,
shit.
Jake is drinking.
Oh wait, let me get my shock face on.
And he's first one of the day.
He'll be taking a piss by 9:14.
9:13.
He looks like an 8-year-old that spent his allowance on military gear.
He's cosplaying.
That's right. Let the storm of dicks come.
Yeah,
I love Dick Storm.
I'm trying to figure out, Dick Storm. Are you bringing the Dick Storm?
I'll tell you. I'll tell you how I got the name.
He is the Dick Storm. Not let him talk about it.
That just sounds
Sipka,
uncomfortable.
Sipka.
Technically,
No, right? That's why you're going to be single forever. That right there, that was it. That technically.
you don't
Hey,
know I could
Tony
be dating
T.
somebody.
Hey, Heather, you say you're dating someone?
I said, you don't know I could be.
Yeah, I would know. I would definitely know if you were dating someone.
All right, everyone, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Get started here in just a minute. It's a portion of the show brought to you part by Memorable Lights, bringing your memories to light with 3D lithopanes. That's photos seen through light. They offer many forms of delivering memories in light. They have night lights, cube lights, and coming soon, lampshades. MemorableLights.us. Bear Auto Detail. Check them out. They're the great detail company, brand new, and they got it going on. So check them out when you can. Okay, check them out, and get them starting at like $20 for a detail. Lufka, all natural skincare and household cleaners, reusable household products, natural toothpastes, body scrubs, soaps, lotions, essential oils, so much more. Check out Lufka, all naturals. for all your all natural stuff. All right, let's get this show on the road.
And now, our feature presentation.
This is Ed McMahon. And now, here's Andrew.
I want to rewrite the words to this song.
Andrew Z. How about that Andrew Z? I said Andrew Z. In the morning, it's time to wake up. Andrew Z. In the morning, yeah.
Come on! Welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome to the show. It is Monday, June 1st, 2020, in the year of our Lord. Got a small, intimate crew tonight. Right next to me on the top, Chris Tiefel. On the bottom, he's ready for war. Jake Nicky is here. And on the other side, I salute you, sir. Another side, the south side. Gina, let's do this.
Andrew Z. In the morning.
Woo! So, what? So Trump declares it's time to do this, and you decide to mount up in your fatigues.
Yes. Why not? Let's just do it. Let's just get it over with.
Get it over with, man. Okay, so a lot of stuff to do today on the show. First of all, I want to tell you it is June 1st, and we're going to our non-COVID schedule. The governor has released everyone from the COVID. They said it's gone. It's been cured. Everyone can go back to work on June 8th.
Stop it.
What, did she not say that? I thought she did.
Who knew that the cure for the COVID was,
Riots?
apathy?
Oh, I thought it was riots.
I knew it was over the weekend. Like by Saturday, I was like, I don't even know if COVID's a thing anymore because nobody cares.
You're in the bar, you see it. Like
Yeah, nobody gives a shit.
Dude, I'm not going in. I'm waiting another week or so. I just want to
Yeah,
see.
I do. I'm waiting until June 14th because I have numbers for you. Quick, fast.
Mm-hmm.
In 2 weeks, in Ohio, we have 7,000 more confirmed cases, 1,000 more probable cases, 1,100 more people hospitalized, and 500 dead in just 2 weeks.
Oh, all right.
You're just going to let her spread fake news like that?
Yeah,
I'm going to go ahead and
I'm
wait.
here to stop the fake news. That's why I'm wearing this.
Yeah. I mean, I get it, Gina, but I mean, have you ever had Jed's Fireballs? I mean, is it kind of worth?
Yeah, takeout. I just
worth
did
it.
that. Dude, I'm fat. What do you mean
not
have I
the
ever had
same.
Jed? Oh,
It's not the same.
Jed's Express has keto balls, by the way.
No, keto
Yeah, I'm
balls.
super pumped
Ooh.
about
Nice
trying
new
those.
delivery service, I hear.
I like
That's
playing
coming up.
keto when you're in one of those dive bars.
No, that's the wrong thing, Jake. Wrong thing.
All right. So anyway, it's June 1st. What I say? Oh yeah, they're opening up the country, or Michigan's gonna be open. Everyone's opening up. COVID is no
They
longer
even
a
opened up
thing.
the bunk?
Here's what I want to. Here's what I wanted to ask you guys, and I've been wrestling.
Hey, we're gonna need it.
I've been wrestling with this all day. Okay.
Darn, Debbie's not here.
We haven't talked about the riots because we were off Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We talked about the Minneapolis riots, but we have never talked on the air about the widespread, big city riots at all. On the other hand, for those listening, we're going to our non-COVID schedule, which means we're going to be doing Mondays and Wednesdays, going down to 2 days a week, Mondays and Wednesdays. So it's really hard to do daily news because with this, events are changing so hard. So I don't want to do that, but we've never talked about it. And I said, you know what? Here's what I want to do. Without bias, I want this to be the only place that sane people can get information from and actually know that it's true information. And I think it's serious enough right now that we have to do this, that we have to talk about it. Even though it's going to be, in an hour, by the time we get off the air, everything could change. And then the podcast, if you're listening to it not live, then it's just old stuff. But I just think it's important enough to put things into perspective from sane people, because in the real world, all you're getting is flamethrowers from each side, because that's the way you get viewers and followers, and that's the way you get people to interact. To where here, we don't need that. So we will give you real information. 95% of the news on Facebook is fake. Everything's fake. You're surrounded by fake or bomb throwers everywhere, and there's no place. Just hear sane people talk about what the hell is going on. Now, I'd like
Well,
to...
I didn't know I was going to be excluded from this show.
Yeah, you are.
Because I am a bomb thrower
I know.
and completely insane.
Well, I'm gonna try to keep you. I'm gonna try to keep you in check and just and so we can try to do facts and because and I want to keep it surface level because people that don't care, I just want them to be able to come here for today and then just know that they know what's going on and
I
people
don't even have my sleeping pillow.
you don't have it.
Does this
Oh wait,
mean
I got this one.
does this mean I can or cannot make cringy jokes about the president?
I don't. We'll see. I mean, we'll play it by ear. But yeah, so we're gonna get this done. I think it's very important. Jake, you're all up in military gear. You ready for a fight or what's going on?
No, I saw the announcement earlier today, and we were talking about a pre-show, and this was I went and played like an airsoft event. I did a couple years in a row with a bunch of guys that were they were all military, like they were very pro-military. I was the only guy on the team that wasn't. Or never did any kind of military.
Oh no! Wait, so wait a minute. So it's kind of like paintball, but it's just like soft pellets, like whatever.
Well, they're hard. They're hard plastic. Yeah, they hurt when they hit you.
Okay.
They're hard
Well,
plastic, but
paintball
the
hurts when
guns
they hit you,
the
too.
guns are like real like modified guns that shoot like air powered BBs at
Okay,
you.
so you're the only one with no military experience, so you decided to play.
Well, yeah, it was all my buddies, and they're like, "Dude, you gotta try." And it was me and my buddy, my old roommate, who was in the Air Force. We were drunk one night watching, Band of Brothers, and he's like, "Dude, you got to experience this. You've got to go." And I was like, "All right, this is gonna be my Vietnam."
Oh god!
And so we got out there. It's the middle of July. It's I'm wearing all of this like full fatigues, like all of this, and they're like, all right, everyone needs a call sign. So like everyone was using their own military call sign that they had, and I never was in the military, so I didn't have a call sign.
Dead duck.
So they just started calling me Dick for short, like Dickie.
Oh, Dickie.
And then-
Okay.
Yeah, so I started making the joke. I was like, man, I feel like I'm just out there to like, you're just going to tell me to run out in the middle of the field so they can find where all the bullets are coming from.
Yeah, he just starts running out. Attica. It just runs across.
So I started joking. I was like, man, it's going to be Operation, and we all had comms, like you could talk, and we all had headsets. And I was like, it's going to be Operation Dick Shield. Like, I'm going to go out there just so you guys can do it. And I go, but until I make my first confirmed kill, and then it's going to become Operation Dick Storm, and that's how I got this name.
Dick Storm.
Because I made my first kill, and then I went over the mic, and I was like, Operation Dick Storm in full effect.
I feel like that's going to be my next reason for being late. Like,
being
Gino,
what?
why are you late today? I got caught in a dick storm.
You could get Ginger Z, Andrew's good friend Ginger Z,
Yes.
to mock up a weather report.
Yes.
for a dick storm, for sure.
Coming from
Dick
the
storm.
east, Dick Storm, big Dick Storm coming around.
That's what you should tell Colleen tonight, Andrew. Like, dick storm's
You got a
coming.
Dick Storm coming. All right, go ahead.
I think there's a storm on the way.
Go ahead, Tiefel.
I don't know why I looked at my watch when I said there's a storm on the way.
I worked at a camp out in Arizona. It was a 400-person camp, and the employees, we all got airsoft rifles, and so we had just this ongoing airsoft rifle war that got so bad that it had to get banned because we couldn't
Had
get
to
our
get
jobs done. We were so afraid to be out in the open. They had to there was one point where I walked out of my room and there was a guy waiting right there with a handgun version, and he shot it point blank into my cheek.
Oh,
And
That
then
guy is my hero.
so I got him back. Is the next day I went because the bathrooms were in the middle of the buildings, so they were large shared bathrooms. And I went in there while he was taking a shower and just took my automatic rifle one, put it over the curtain, and just let it go while he was in the shower. And you could hear the BBs just bouncing off the walls.
wow.
And then there was a dick storm, for sure.
Huge Dick Storm.
But
So,
I'll tell you what, though, man. Honestly, when I did it the first 2 years, like I didn't realize how serious this is.
Yeah.
Like a lot of these guys that are doing it are actual former military, and it's
Well,
full,
and you're
like,
going up against people with training. Like,
right. And I don't know. They have these canisters that are full of BBs that are grenades, and you can throw it in there, and then it expands and pops and blows BBs all over the
Jesus.
place. And like, I was like, the first time out, I was actually like kind of scared. I was like, oh my god, this is gonna suck to get shot. And because like you have to test the rifles beforehand to make sure they're not too powerful.
oh,
But then if you have a sniper rifle, which they do, you can't shoot anyone within 100 yards of that person.
uh-huh.
And I was walking through the field, and I got hit right in the head with a sniper rifle. And let me tell you, it scared the living piss out of me.
Here's the here. Let me.
Did
let
they
me
have
ask you guys.
Claymore BBs?
Let me ask you guys.
Yeah.
Claymore. Okay. All right. Let me ask you guys. So I've been paintballing one. It's not my thing. This whole air gun, paintball, none of that military.
I mean,
it's none of
you
it is
do
my
make
thing.
a big target.
None of that's my thing. So my buddy's having a bachelor party, and this is what he wants to do. He wants to go paintballing. So against my better judgment, I go. Now again, I've never picked up a gun. I picked up a gun once in my life. It's not my thing. So everyone else, they do it all the time. So I'm the only one guy. So I'm like, first of all, when you're out there, and tell me if you guys who have done it agree, it's super stressful. Like even though it's fake guns, it's like just knowing that at any moment you could be shot to death. It's super stressful. Number one.
Well, shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I hated that feeling, just being stressed all the time, the whole time you're on the field. And then I'm like, okay, where's the best place to go? All right, I'm gonna guard the flag because there's on each side there's a little fort, and then there's a flag in there. There's a flag so you have to, the goal for this is to get the other person's flag. So you have to get the other person's fort and get their flag. So I'm like, the safest place to be is just in the fort. So I said, I'm gonna guard the flag. I'll stay in the fort. Was the worst move ever.
Yeah, why
that's
do
the
you
thing
think
that's under
that was
attack the most.
Right, why would
Yeah,
you
why-
think that was the
Because
safest?
I'm in a fort.
The entire target and objective of the game is the safest place to hide out.
That's like in the horror films when they run upstairs. That's the dumbest move. Why would you do
Yeah.
that?
All you had to make it worse for yourself, just get into the shower.
Dude,
Be like, I'm fine, and then just go take a shower, and that's when the killer comes.
my favorite
Andrew would have been thought you were fine in Bin Laden's bedroom. I feel like.
My favorite commercial is I think it was Geico or one of those insurance commercials where they're mocking horror movies. And it's like they have a car running. It's like we have a car running. No, that's too. Don't go there. Let's hide behind these knives.
Oh yeah.
Knives. Because the stupid things you do when you're in a horror movie, it's like you would just get in the car and go. Anyway, so I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden I get ambushed. First of all, those guns hurt. Like paintballs hurt. They leave a welt. I got hit on my forehead, and I had a welt the size of a ping pong ball. It was not fun. It was the worst thing ever, and I will never do it again.
I am so sad that was your one time you were ever going to play paintball, and I did not get to participate in it.
What he's not saying is the ambush was his own team. He got fragged.
Go ahead, Jake.
It was somebody that wasn't even playing with them. They just don't like him.
It's just like, Andrew Z's in there. Grab a gun.
So I made the mistake the first year I was out there of not wearing contacts and wearing glasses, and you have to wear goggles to protect your eyes with these BBs. And like every 3 or 4 minutes, my glasses are so fogged up from sweat. Like I'm in the middle of the field laying down and just wiping my glasses off, so I'm blind for like half the time I'm out there. And it's all, by the way, when you get hit with because it's not paintballs, it doesn't leave a mark on you. It's all on the honor system. It's like when you get hit, you got to go, I'm hit. And then you pull out a red towel and you put it on your head to symbolize that you've been hit.
Uh-huh.
And then, by the way, once you get hit once, you get hit about 15 or 16 more times additionally.
Well,
So,
yeah,
like,
the red flag targets you.
yeah, so you get hit and they're like, oh, light his ass up. Bam, 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 bam. And you're just like, I'm good.
I'm out.
I'm dead.
Dude, but they really hurt. Like guys like to hurt themselves. Like it's part of the game. It's like you can't. No one like I said, Kate, can we do Nerf next year? No one wants to play Nerf. They want to play with the shit that hurts you. It makes no sense.
In high school or in junior high, the boys used to play this game where they put their fist down like on the floor, and then they'd flick change like pennies and nickels.
Yeah.
And it like would jam in their. I don't know that you know this
Bloody
game.
Knuckles.
Of course you do. You were one of the people that I'm talking about playing this.
We did it on the bus. We rode the same bus.
or the pencil game that they used to play where they took the pencil and they whack
Crack the
each
knuckle.
other's
Yes!
knuckles as hard as why the boys are dumb.
Or they like to
that's
hit,
manly
or
things.
they like to hit each other in the junk. I'm like, no, that's not my thing.
Rochambeau.
What?
I
Rochambeau.
can honestly say, guys play that game. Nobody enjoys it.
I know it's just, but they still
But
do
it never said manly to us girls, just so you know. We didn't think you guys were manlier. We thought you guys were stupid. That's where we got the boys are dumb.
Go ahead, Jake.
Well, there's a reason why us boys did that. It was so later in life we could tolerate women.
No, I feel like that's fair. That's fair.
Slap the nuts all the time. It's like, well, I'm going to get my nuts slapped in when I get older anyway. So
I mean, both figuratively and literally.
Absolutely.
So,
This portion of the show brought to you by Glick Electrical Services, providing services to both commercial and residential clients. Services range from installing simple light fixtures to installing generators at factories. Do it all to provide you the service you deserve. Call today. New Power Property Services, doing your cleaning and sanitation for your house, for your apartment, for your rental property. Doesn't matter. They'll do anything. New Power Property Services. Give them a buzz if you need to get a house. If you need something cleaned up. And Twice But Nice Resale Shop. They buy and sell baby equipment, toys, books, outerwear, clothes, formula, diapers, and much more to fit your family's needs. They have clothing for boys and girls 0 to 16. They also have a Planet Fashion, which is a teen and adult section in the store. All right, let's get to all the craziness that's going on in the world, non-COVID related. We know where we're at. Basically, no one gives two Fs anymore, and we're going to find out in a couple weeks if it was a good move or a bad move. And just nobody cares. Nobody cares. It is. Old people die, they die. Doesn't matter. So we're past COVID, and let's get on to the burning of this country. Now, a lot of go ahead, Jake.
I was gonna say, I just real quick over the weekend I officiated a wedding, and they got married, and then there was only like maybe 30 people that were spread out. So they did pay attention to that a little bit, and there were some people that stayed spread out, but then afterwards at the reception, no. There was no social distancing.
I know. I'm guessing they would get closer and closer the more alcohol they would drink.
Mm-hmm. Oh, for sure, for sure.
Well, like in today, it's like I take my kid to the we go to the grocery store, just the two of us, and she wears a mask. I got a mask on, and like it's first time she's gone to the store since this whole thing went on. So because I was shopping for her house and our house, so she kind of had one cart and I had the other to keep the food separate, so I had to bring her with me. She's 13, and halfway through this stupid thing, she's like, Dad, not very many people have masks on. I'm like, yeah, there you go. I know. I don't even know what to say. It's just, nobody just cares, so we'll see. Gina, you want to do some shout outs to anybody?
Yeah, let's say hi to some people in the comments, because
Okay.
Holly's not here, so
All right.
I have to do it.
Yes.
Of course, Mama Z, Mama Judy, we love our mamas. I can't remember. I think I saw Mama Sheila in there too, Colleen's mom. I got some people that are saying hi to me. So Amy, Joe, Lisa, Kelly, Melanie, Deborah.
Ashley Dickey says hi.
Sarah, hi. Hi. So I just want to say hi to all the people saying hi, because
Yes, we appreciate you.
I'm trying really hard to put Andrew off, because I really don't want to do this, but we're going to do it.
Yeah, I think you have to. So there's two.
I mean, we
there's two-
don't have to. We have tons of funny
Really?
stuff we can talk about.
All right, well, let's take a
Like
vote.
G.I. Jake being the worst PSA for killing kids ever.
G.I. Jake.
G.I. Jake, the more you drink.
Do we not have to do this? You don't think? I mean, it's pretty much.
I just
the
think
country's on
people
fire.
are tired, and we need my belief, and I don't know this is fact, so I do believe people tune into us for a break,
I know,
because we are funny, and I mean, I'm personally am freaking hilarious. I'm beautiful. They tune in for that.
But it's just that the country's on fire, and I feel that there has to be some perspective, because there's nobody that's giving honest perspective.
They already have their perspective. I believe 100% that you are not going to change anybody's mind anymore.
No,
Let's
I
just
think
do
there's
it.
people that have tuned in. They want to know the surface stuff, so at least they know what's like. There's people that have tuned. I think the people watching the show don't watch the news as much. I think they've tuned it out because
But
they know
that's
it's all
probably by
BS.
choice, don't you think?
I understand, but I think because it's all fake and it's the one-sided and it's argument, and they don't want to do that. But if they can find a place where they can get a sensible voice and know and have some working knowledge about what's going on, I do think that they would appreciate that. I really
Okay.
Can you do 10 minutes? Can you do it in 10
Yeah,
minutes?
I think
I'll
so.
take a nap. Go ahead. I'll shut up.
I think we'll
You
go
do
ahead.
it.
What were we going to say, Tifel?
I was just going to say, if they want the perspective, they want to know what's going on. What's going on is in several major U.S. cities, people are protesting and rioting. Some of it got really bad, but it's probably going to fizzle out fairly soon. And the president threatened to throw the military at people.
but no,
so
but here's-
boom.
no,
now
no,
they
no.
know what's going
Like
on.
physically
That's not
pick them
enough.
up and throw them at them? Like just pick up, like start throwing Marines
I'm
at
sure-
protesters? Just
I actually want to see that now.
but here's what
Airborne Marines.
Here's the one one thing I want to say, and we'll see if it goes any further, is that when this first started, and there are no absolutes in the world. So when I say everyone, don't be like, oh, it's not everybody. When I say everybody, it's 80%, it's 90%. I mean, it's a majority. So everyone was on the side of the protesters. Everyone saw that video and said, dude, the cops were wrong. This dude's been sitting on this dude's head for 9 minutes. That's 100% wrong. We know that black people have been wronged for a long time. It's time to stand up.
And we've done nothing about it.
And we've done basically nothing about it. So everyone was on that side. Well, then all of a sudden, the looting and the rioting started. So now uncomfortable people are like, you know what? This is BS. Has nothing to do with dude dying. This should not be happening in this country. This is not. You're not honoring his memory. That's where we were a few days ago. It was steering that way to where now there's people against the protest because they are lumping all the protesters together when they're seeing the looting and they're seeing the rioting. So now the truth is, and many things can be true at one time. So we're to the point now we know that there are what we're going to call them agitators. So it's just like there's a sliver of bad cops. There's a sliver of bad moms. There's a sliver of bad everything. There's a sliver of bad protesters. And that's what we're seeing. And you cannot lump all protesters in that. Now, why is this happening? Well, for a couple different reasons. Number one, the extreme left side of the world, of the political spectrum, is rioting for a couple reasons. Number one, they want to burn the whole thing down. They want government gone. They just want to burn the whole establishment down. They don't get it.
Those are anarchists, not extreme leftists.
Yeah, Antifa. I mean, that's you get the Antifa.
No,
Antifa and
Antifa
anarchists are two different things.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
No, they're not.
Have you not
No, they
looked
really
at what
are.
Antifa is and what
I don't care.
anarchists are?
It's the same.
If
thing.
you don't care, then you can't
I
make the
don't
statement that they're the same thing.
Yes, I can. Go ahead, Jake.
I'm just more worried about antifals.
So much for facts.
Me too. So there's extremists on the left that want to burn the whole thing down. Okay, there are also bad protesters. There are also opportunists that have gone there to loot. I mean, that's what they want to do. There's a small percentage of that. There's those two.
I don't think those are
And
protesters, though. Those are just looters.
That's why I said opportunists. They're opportunists. So the third category, again, protesters, peaceful protesters, which is 90% of them are here. Okay, you have the group of that want to burn the whole thing down. You have the group of opportunists. You also have groups of people on the right, crazies over there. There's this group that wants to start a race war, and I've got the name of the group because I've talked to some friends confidentially in government, and it's called the Boogaloo Boys. Now, these are more extremists and more scary than the ones on the left, and these guys, there's a lot of them out there. There's a lot of them organizing, and these are guys that want, their only goal is to start a race war and kill black people. So they are antagonizing on the right. Now, the Trump doesn't want to mention them. That's that's part of his base. They don't want to mention those guys. He mentions Antifa anytime he can, but he doesn't want to mention those guys on the right. So it's all these factions that are coming in, and it's not the peaceful black people that are protesting that are doing this stuff. So they're still doing it for a purpose. So you can't get mad at the protest because there are people. It's being exposed consistently now over the last 2 or 3 days. There's agitators from all sides that are infiltrating these, because I see people getting mad at the protesters, and you really can't, because that's not really what's happening. There's other factors involved that are causing this. The other factors involved are governments, and I know it sounds crazy, but it's 100% proven with open sourced reporting that the Palestinian government, the Chinese, the Russians, I know you don't want to hear about the Russians, but they are all, what they see is division in America. Their only goal is to destroy America as well. They want to keep it divisive, and they want to keep us apart. So there are a lot of factors in there that are really tearing at us. And it's really a scary situation because there are no good answers. There are no good answers at all, and it's unfortunate that's actually happening.
I feel like we're getting protested here, Andrew.
I know. Well, it's just the truth, and
It looks so comfortable for Gina.
So
That's the first time. That's the closest Tiefel's been to sleeping with a woman in a long time.
Thank
They
you
were
for
both
putting
sleeping-
long time, recognizing that there was a time.
They were both sleeping at the same time and their boxes were touching. That's about as close as it gets.
When boxes are touching, that's when it gets weird, man.
All right, so that's what's going on, and it's all unfortunate. The president today did some really bad stuff, and so here's what he did. He's a master manipulator when it comes to television. He knows television. He knows how to play the media. No matter how bad he is, no matter how bad he is at everything else, this is the one thing he's good at.
Is he a master baiter? That was funny. I
get absolute silence for my clever bunker joke, and she gets like a.
She got nothing from me. It was
that was me laughing at my own joke. People.
Right?
Nobody else laughed. That was
We can tell you that he's not a master debater.
Yes,
that's very true.
So here's what happened today. So today. Okay. So that's one part. That's the protest. The protest. I've just pointed out. All things are true. So if you hear people say, "Oh, there's this group," they are all out there. These groups are all out there, and they're all out there for their own reasons. And it's really destroying the predominantly peaceful people that are out there. That's one part. The second part is if you continue to see Donald Trump. He's not trying to pull this country together. He's pushing the buttons, fight, and just pushing it. Here's the reason. Donald Trump has made a calculated, now we'll talk politics. He has made a calculated move that common sense is going to tell you from the time that he took office in 2016 till now, he hasn't gained people. There aren't people that are like, oh my God, now I just love Donald Trump. You loved him in 2016, you love him now. He's not going to change anybody's minds to where most president's strategy is, I'm going to be divisive, then I'm going to become president, then I'm going to pull as many people together so I can build the coalition so that I can run my second term. He did not do that. He's not trying to do that. What he's trying to do is there is a percentage of non-educated white voters that have just left the system. They haven't voted in a long time, or they haven't voted ever. And so his goal is to keep everyone so mad that he keeps his base energized and mad, and then he brings in some of these other ones, and that those are going to make the differences from the people that he's lost in the suburbs. That's his calculation. So instead of going big tent where everyone's happy, so he's never going to be, no matter what happens here, even tonight, he's not going to try to bring people together because that pisses off the people that he's the only people that he has to count on in the election. So this is different than anything that's ever happened in the presidency in the history of our country.
Rednecks.
What's that? They're uneducated.
Just say rednecks.
Just don't call them deplorable.
Yes. So that's the politics of it. That's why he's never going to be able to bring. He doesn't want to bring people together. He needs to keep his people mad. He's always got to have a fight going on. Otherwise, he's worried that they're not going to vote. And if any of his don't vote, he's effed because he's not bringing in new people. That's number two. Here's what he did tonight. The third thing, and then I'm done. The third thing he did tonight was he said, because he was in the bunker over the weekend and he looked weak. It was being reported that he ran to the bunker when there were protesters, so he looked weak. So he told his advisors, he's like, you know what I'm going to do? He goes, I'm going to show that I'm not weak. I'm going to walk across the street from the White House and walk over to it's called the Church of the Presidents. I'm going to walk over there. Well, there's protesters. He said, I'm going to make an announcement. I'm going to make a speech to the country at 6:30, and then I'm going to walk across there. There's peaceful protesters in the park that's separating the White House from this church. So he says, you know what? I'm going to walk over there. So these peaceful protesters at 6:30, they start getting shot and tear gassed just to get him out of this park, to clear the way so he could do a photo op and just walk across the street to go to this church. So they're pushing him, they're tear gassing him, they're shooting him. They're all hands up. There was no violence. Everyone goes on record and said there was no violence. There was no reason for this. This was unprovoked. But he wanted to be able to walk across the street to get a photo op. So he took care of all these people. Here's why he's genius, though. He's now created all this chaos. So while he's talking to the country, there's chaos going on. He goes, you know what? I'm going to fix the chaos. Well, you just went after peaceful protests. You just caused the chaos. But
Don't forget about the Bible waving, literally.
Yeah. So I said, you caused the chaos. But he wanted chaos pictures so he could show that he's curing something. Even though it's time and time again, it's something that he's caused. He's curing what he caused. clears all the people out of this park. He walks across to the church, which he's only gone to a couple times. He doesn't even know what to do. It's so awkward. All he's over there to do is take pictures and put the Bible over his head. He doesn't know what to do. Take some pictures. He holds the Bible and then walks back to the White House. I mean, just the dumbness of this whole situation. So that's pretty much all I had to say. If anyone wants to add anything that you think is important, but I mean, that pretty much broke down without party lines. This is what's going on in this country as far as the protests. Go ahead, Tifo. Do you want to say something? Are you good?
I didn't raise my hand, but I'll just,
you did.
I'll just talk about the president with his tail between his legs running to the bunker. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
I mean,
well,
seriously, there are several tweets. There's one where he tweeted to Iran about, hey, don't hurt your protesters, don't arrest all these innocent people and all that stuff. And guess what? Exactly, he's encouraging right now. There's also a tweet from 2014, or there's another tweet from 2014 where he talks about the White House going dark again, and how it's a commentary on the Obama presidency because they turned off the lights once,
and he did it on Saturday for safety. He did the same thing.
And then there's another tweet out there where he's telling the president of China that he just needs to go out there and talk with the protesters in Hong Kong and open a dialogue, and this could all be ended peacefully and everything. Meanwhile, he's running to a bunker and turning off the lights.
Don't forget the one about the Ferguson riots, because we're on a rudderless ship without a president.
Well, okay, so here's
there's literally a tweet for everything, and sometimes there's several.
Yeah, exactly. Opposite of what he's doing now. The problem is too, he was just last week chastising Joe Biden. Oh, you're hiding in the basement, not doing your job. You're not out on the country running for president. And literally a week later, he's hiding in the basement doing. It's just, the dude is just.
I hope they remembered his coloring books.
Walking contradiction, this dude, and it's amazing that people.
They had enough macaroni for handmade crafts.
I mean, they just continue to follow him. All right. So, anyone have anything else before we wrap up? So. That's what I want to say. There are a lot of forces trying to destroy this country right now, and we play right into it, man. Everything you see on Facebook is fake. It's just we're just really getting killed.
I don't really have anything to add to this part of the conversation. I'm just kind of curious what the highest rank you can achieve in the Dick Storm Army.
That's a good question.
Master Sergeant.
So like the Dick Storm Army would have to have like different sides, because I feel like my rank would be different than Jake's rank.
Well, some can have a hood and some can't.
Well, hold on.
Some do have a hood and some don't.
All right. So let me do a couple commercials, then we're going to move on to the other stuff. But I want to let you guys know that in this crazy time, there's so many people out there that are just nuts, that you have to find people that you trust, and that you're in this together, and that we can see the crazy in it, and we're there with you, man. We think it's crazy too.
Everything. It's all nuts.
And I think people get frustrated with that. They think, because on Facebook, it looks like you're losing. It looks like, because the crazy voices are the ones that get echoed through social media, through the algorithms, and you think everyone is like that. But no, we're normal. We're here with you, and we're going to stick with you, okay? Love you guys. All right. What else do I want to talk about? Okay, it's time right now for a special segment called what did we end up calling this segment, Chris?
Awkward White Guy Reads Rap.
It's time for Awkward White Guy Reads Rap.
Anything Chris does is called Awkward White Guy does whatever it is he's doing.
Awkward White Guy talks to girls.
Awkward White Guy eats dinner.
Awkward White Guy has sex.
Awkward White Guy.
That's not your story, Tifo.
Pets his kid.
Oh, is this
Damn
the
it,
new
just let me have this one.
Is this the segment we talked about earlier?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. He's talking about his fiction line he's got going.
All right. So, Awkward White Guy reads rap lyrics. Whenever you're ready, Tifo, go ahead.
All right. So, for my initial installment here, I have chosen Love Bug by Kevin Gates. And I chose Kevin Gates because when you look at some of his promotional photos, he looks like he could be a nice normal R&B soul type singer.
Mhm.
It gets him past the parents, it looks like, and then he hits the kids with this.
Well, in the lyricist of the world, you think of Shakespeare, you think of Abe Lincoln, you think of Kevin Gates.
You think of Tupac?
You think
Yeah,
of
so
No,
I-
definitely too.
I got turned on to Kevin Gates from my waitress at Waffle House.
Have you
and-
ever listened to a song that you've been listening to for a really long time, but now your kids are with you, and you start actually listening to the lyrics, and you're like, oh, let me change the channel. I was listening to I don't even know if anybody is even going to know the song. I know Jake will, but it's called Uchiwala.
Yeah.
And it is so, and I used to just rock that song all the time, and then I started listening to it, and I'm like, oh, I got to change the song. It's so bad. It's just raunchy.
You know, so when I started reading this song initially, I was expecting something completely different than what I ended up getting, and I guess this is modern day rap. Young Lan on the track, which I looked it up. Young Lan is another rap artist.
Okay.
What up, love bug? You my little love bug. It's so sweet and endearing. You hear me. You know I love you when you be getting mad at me, and I just kiss you in your mouth. You heard. Is this one of those diss tracks I've heard about?
I don't know.
It's
What, is love bug a euphemism for something?
Eat your euphemism for female anatomy.
Okay.
I whip my dick out and just
that's the one he doesn't block.
right. Put this dick in your face. You heard. I think everyone heard that. I'm thugging. I'm hitting that ass from the back. Love bug. Say this dick just turned around. How does a dick turn around? And it's love, and it's a love drug. I'm sticking my tongue all in her ass. Don't budge.
Jesus.
Who approved this segment?
I know.
You-
people, can you,
I told you the song.
Can you
I
use
told you the song. You could have Googled it.
can
You
use
could
a
have
few-
Googled
Can
it.
you use a few more euphemisms, please?
Okay. All right, I'll try.
Okay.
You've been doing a lot of
I mean,
squirming
screw it now.
and hollering, baby. Now
We're down to
shut-
2 shows a week anyway.
Exactly.
Oh,
Shut the
hell.
f up.
Are you? Wait, is that the song? Or are you telling us?
No, that's the song.
Okay.
and a little bit of telling you.
Okay. A little bug.
I'm hitting that A from the back. Love bug. He told me to censor. Don't hate me. I'm hitting
Wait,
that
is
A
this-
from
is-
the back. Love bug. Apparently that's the chorus.
Well, the way he's talking, I feel like this song is about crabs.
Yeah.
I'm hitting it from behind. Now I got the love bugs.
Yeah. I don't know if Young Lan is the love bug.
It's
Or-
like calling somebody, like when I'm trying to insult somebody, I'm like, okay, cupcake. Like,
Yeah,
you
I
know,
don't pressure points when I press up against you. Like I don't know whether or not this is a diss track or he's coming out of the closet with his love for Young Lan. I don't.
Is Young Land a dude?
Yeah, very much so.
Okay.
Here you go. Pull your hair, then stick my tongue all in your A. He really loves ass play. I'm on soft. Hold your left cheek open, then spread.
Whoa!
I can't keep reading this. I can't. I can't in good conscience keep reading that. That is what apparently
Is that what the
I-
kids
I
are
don't
listening
get
to
it.
today?
Parent damn Lee because the
wait,
president.
hang on. I'm gonna ask. Hold on,
Okay.
Gabby. Do you know who Kevin Gates is?
What's the song, Tifel?
Oh,
Love Bug?
Called Love Bug.
shoot, you can even know. My 12-year-old knows who Kevin Gates.
You got to have a
is.
conversation
d-
later.
I'm a bad mom.
Does she know the song Love Bug?
Do you know the song Love Bug? Oh,
Oh God.
we gotta talk.
She
Hey, I
does?
should probably go now.
What?
You got some mothering to do.
I know.
Oh,
Maybe spend a little
I mean,
less. Maybe
I just-
spend a little less time with us, a little more time with the kids.
I
I'm
just
just saying.
give them their phones and the internet. I thought that's what we're. I didn't know. I'm like, here, kids. Like, go. Mommy's got a Facebook now. Like, I got stuff. I got an internet debate right now.
Yeah, go play on TikTok.
I've got no
Wow.
idea what the artistic value of that song is.
Jesus.
Don't tell me you did not learn anything from that song, people. Don't tell me you didn't.
I mean, I enjoyed more people enjoy rim jobs.
Okay, all right, there you go, Jake. Go ahead.
So my nephew, he's 13 years old now, and he's into this mumble rap stuff.
Yes.
Which I totally do not understand. We were in the car, and
Yeah,
I was,
they're mumbling.
I see what you did there. Very well played, sir. But like, I just don't get how that's a style of rap, you know, and it almost all sounds the same. Like,
Two problems, Jake. There's three problems, actually. Three of them. One of them is they all have.
That's it? Just three?
Yeah, they all have. Like Jake said, they all have the same beat. They all sound the same.
It's
That's
all the
number
same
one.
cadence.
That's number one. Number two, that makes no sense is like you said. It used to be lyrics meant something. Now
Right.
all you have to do is have a good hook, like "put it on me," and then put it on, put it on me. Like you just keep saying the hook over and over,
Right.
and then that's a hit song now. Like the lyrics don't even matter. You can't understand them, and they make
Sometimes-
no sense.
We'll be driving down the street and I'll just like randomly start yelling stuff out and be like, I'm writing my new song. Like stop sign.
I know it's what it is. Stop.
well, and so I decided to try to get my nephew hip, and I started playing him some old Snoop and some Dre from back in the day.
Yeah.
And he looks at me and he goes, "Pfft, "That's trash." And I was like, "You're out of the will, dude. You're out of the will."
You're out of
Like
the
you
will.
There
have
wasn't
anything
much
to
in
will
it.
off.
There wasn't much in it, but you ain't getting anything now.
My Detroit Tigers jerseys, not yours anymore.
Go into the
That
cat.
hurt my
the cat
heart.
loves them.
Wow. Go ahead, Gina. What were you gonna say?
So, you know, I can tell you a couple. First of all, it sounds like, and I'm not censoring this. I don't care. It sounds like they have dicks in their mouths when they're rapping. I don't
Yes.
even give. That's what it sounds like.
I don't know why you're worried about that. Tief will destroy the FCC
I know.
today.
I know, right? Like,
Dude,
that's why I
Dean's
said I
talking
don't
about
even care anymore.
Dude's not
But that's what it
licking
sounds like.
a-holes.
Or they have a mouthful of rice. Like they just took a mouthful of fried rice and they're trying to tell you a story. Is how it sounds.
It would be like a blind person trying to do play-by-play. It's like there's certain jobs, like if you can't speak properly.
I don't think that
rapping-
joke was okay.
No,
I don't know.
is it-
That was
is it
like
not-
that was right on the line.
Was it politically not correct? But I'm just
I don't
my
know.
point. My point is, if you can't speak, if you mumble to somebody, like if you can't even have a conversation, you can't be a rapper. Because everyone now has the computer and software at home. Everyone thinks they can be a rapper. No, you have to make sense. We have to understand. You
TikTok
have
makes
to
everyone think they're a rapper.
enunciate. You have to enunciate.
So here's what I can tell you when rap really went
Bad.
downhill. I mean, to be honest with you, it was always not great with a few great ones. That's really how it was. But the song it's called "This Is Why We're Hot," and it was
Mims. It was
in
Mims.
2007. Mims, right? Okay. So in 2007, Mims made a song, and he said in it, "I can sell 1 million records saying nothing on a track." And it was literally just a beat with him saying over and over, this is why I'm hot, this is why I'm hot. And
This is why
basically
hot.
he said, you're so stupid. You're going to buy my record, even though I'm not saying anything at all. And people are like, oh man, that's the best song ever.
We
This
made it
is
number one.
And it made it, and ever since then, everybody's like, "Well, I can sell 1 million without saying anything on a track too," and that's what they've been doing ever since then.
Wow.
I thought the end of it was with getting jiggy with it. I thought that was like the end of
Will
it. Right
Smith
there.
is never going to be the end of it because there's a special reason. The reason why Will Smith works is because he's a generation binder. Like I can listen to it. My mom likes Will Smith. My kids like Will Smith. Like
He's a
he
nice
can-
black
he's
guy.
one of
Everyone
those.
can like him. Yes. Jake,
Yeah.
go ahead.
So let's just compare this to one of my favorite Adam Sandler songs of all time. And this is also a clue to what Tiefel could have done when he was reading those lyrics. It's called Food Innuendo Guy. Baby, 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 you got honeydew melons. Baby, 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 can't you see my broccoli swelling? Oh, baby, 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 I want to taste your watercress. I want to slip my celery stick up the back of your dress. I'm your food innuendo guy. Your food innuendo guy.
Do I look like I enjoy vegetables enough to know
Wait,
all their
what's
names?
the broccoli? Wait,
Oh,
I'm
baby,
so
baby, baby, my
confused.
jalapeno's red hot. Baby, 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 I want to stuff all the cabbage you got. I'm your food innuendo guy. Oh yeah, your food innuendo guy.
Oh my god, it's so good.
Oh wait, I skipped a whole good one.
Okay.
Oh, what will it take? Don't go so soon. You'll miss my carrot cake and my cream of mushroom.
I want to know what the broccoli is.
Oh, what do you mean? What are you talking about
Just
right
dick.
now?
He said his broccoli. No,
Says,
broccoli
you're gonna
is
see
a-
my broccoli swelling.
Yeah.
Yeah, broccoli's a terrible dick analogy. Terrible.
Yeah,
like if somebody's like, "Hey, baby, you want to touch my broccoli?" Like, I feel like that's all bad. Like that. I don't.
First of all, I imagine it like Tiefel's being green from not being used for years.
It's
like
short, stumpy.
His could be the broccoli, but
It's short,
been used.
stumpy, green, and bumpy. No.
Well, all right, listen. All right, maybe he has broccolini.
maybe so.
He should
a
go
little
to
bit
the
longer.
doctor.
All right, the last thing that has ruined rap music, and this isn't my original observation, but I totally agree with it. Is now the worst is who's the Nicki Minaj? She's the worst. You can't rap the word with the same word.
Oh yeah, we talked about that a bunch of times.
That used to
piss off. What's his name?
Brandon used to drive Brandon crazy, and I totally agree with him. Is that you can't rhyme? Oh, we're gonna have a spoon, and you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna hit you with the spoon, and then I'm gonna eat with the spoon, and they talk real fast, and they just eat the same word at the end of everything.
I feel like with how successful she's been, she's proven you wrong, that you can indeed do that.
Or is it just say that people are getting dumber and dumber?
Yes, thank you.
With every generation.
Again, that's what we're saying about.
And I just want to clarify that we all know that we sound "Get Off My Lawn" right now. We know.
Oh, absolutely.
I totally now want to hear a Kids Bop version of Love Bug.
You should write it.
All right, let's. I'm gonna read.
I feel like it would be, instead of Love Bug, it'd be Tugboat.
I'm gonna do a couple commercials, and then Gene, if you want to get caught up, there's a lot of comments I think. So if you want to check those while I read a couple commercials, we'll come back. DMX Lawn and Landscape. We go. See, here's another one. DMX. Hey, you could understand him. Or Ja Rule. Oh my God, his lyrics were amazing. Or Ludacris. Oh, I mean, these are just they were. I don't know
why. I don't know why, but you sound the most white when you say those names. Like Ultra.
Do I really? Yeah. Luda. DMX Lawn and Landscape. We gonna make you mow our lawn up in here. Also by Extreme Class Limousine, Limo Guy. When it's time for limos, hey, you guys are getting out on the town now. You definitely don't. You're overdoing it. Obviously, what Jake is reporting, you guys are extra alcoholing it. So maybe you should get a limo. And make sure that you can at least hold on to your license since you're going crazy right now. Also, he'll do your grocery shopping for you, and he'll run your errands for you. Gloss and Glam by Julianne, your Lip Sense distributor. She's the one that does all of Colleen's makeup. So if you want your makeup over from Julianne,
now, where is Mrs. Z tonight? By the way,
she's being lazy. She's been busy.
Finally back on the show.
I bet you she's doing something,
yeah,
and he's
busy.
Like, she's off doing something important. He's like being lazy.
She is. No, she is doing something
like rearing children.
Like watching, protecting the life of his child.
RCI Interior Design specializing in residential, small commercial, and senior living interior design. There you go. All right. Do you want to say anything to anybody? Anyone want to talk, Gina? Talk.
No, usually the comments were mostly about moving on from the news, which everybody that commented is on my side.
Well, but here's the thing, people, all you good people listening, and there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, almost 1,000 tonight. The problem is you can't just have
Trump. Calm down, Trump.
You can't just have dessert.
It's the biggest show we've had in a long time.
You can't just have dessert. You have to have your vegetables. You have to eat your meat, and then we'll give you dessert.
Yeah, so you got to watch that broccoli swelling.
Listen,
you can't eat your meat if you don't have your pudding.
They are stuffed full of all of that stuff, and they are coming here for the dessert.
But they're hearing BS from the wrong people.
Okay, so here I got something here. So the looting has had a lighter side a few times as well. Like, for instance, I posted a video on my wall yesterday of a guy in New Jersey who stole an ATM machine. And was trying
Did he try to put it on a bus?
Yeah,
was that real?
Yes.
Oh,
he tried to take it with him on the bus, and he even offered to split it with the driver if he let him on. And the driver just shut the door on him and started driving
off.
And then the guy didn't realize the back door was also closed, and he was getting ready to like do an Indiana Jones in the back.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was he full on
That's
one of
funny.
those third party ATMs, not an official bank ATM.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he's just
Well,
like
those are
maneuvering
smaller.
it down the street.
Those are smaller, and they're not connected to the actual
Yeah,
wall.
They're not built into the wall.
Right,
Yeah.
so he's walking it, like inching it. You know, you go once you something heavy, you kind of just inch
Now,
it.
don't
back
you
and
think
forth.
though, if you were gonna rob one of those, like the first thing you would rob would be a hand truck?
What's a hand
Or like
truck?
a Chevy.
The
To
Because
put it on
Andrew's
me?
never done any heavy lifting of anything in his life, Jake. That's why
That's not true. He walks every day.
Oh, that's
That
funny,
was
Gina?
so
Oh, that's
good.
funny, Gina?
So
That's
many
funny?
props.
That's funny, yeah.
So then there was this other video I posted earlier. And I don't know what city it was in, but it's a van store got
Oh,
broken
so
into, and they all of a sudden these people start coming out. But there's one by the time like the third person runs out, just this white dude with a bunch of boxes of shoes, and he looks over to his right, and he sees just cops standing there.
And he throws them and runs off.
Yeah, he ends up like I think he accidentally dropped the first one, like he didn't mean to, and then at some point in his turnaround to run, he ended up just dropping all the boxes and running. Everyone that saw the cops, it was just like conveniently timed cops. So
Did you see the end of that video?
Yeah.
When the girl snuck in and stole a bunch of stuff, and as she's walking out, the cops just swatted it out of their hand.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, he
Get
just
that
grabbed
outta
the
here.
bag. Like they didn't end up actually stealing anything because it all got left right outside the store.
Did you guys see the one from Toledo, where there was the rioting the looting over by the Target, and at the very end, this guy comes in and you don't see his face or anything. He just says, "Oh, I got my bitch a wig. I got my bitch a wig." So here's what I want to do. You want to get a hold of me anonymously, and I don't, and I'm not a snitch. I'm not telling. I just want to know if she liked the wig, because he was so genuinely excited.
Well, what if she has cancer and he was like being like that was an actual romantic gesture? I'm okay with
it
that.
could have been. I don't know the backstory, but I'll tell your story without using your name.
Yeah.
If you want to, I just want to know because he put in a lot of work to get her that, and he was so excited. And I feel like you are the one that was on the live video. We're involved now, so now I'm involved. I want to know.
But to say he put in a lot of work, I mean, if he would have put in work, he would have had the money to do it. He didn't really put in a lot of work.
Well, I mean, he put in effort.
He put in effort, yes.
He
effort,
put his
effort,
freedom
yes.
on the line.
There you go. That's a good
Yeah, so I'm interested. I just want to know if she liked it. That's all I want to know. Did she love like when he came home, like, baby, look what I got you. Look, was she like, oh my gosh, you are the sweetest.
Right.
I love you so much. Thank you.
But
Did you get the Switch I wanted to?
The problem is that video's been seen by 25,000 people. They're going to know I wonder if did he try to play it off like hey baby, I went out and bought this for you, or did he play it off?
Oh
like
yeah, maybe he did.
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
Now he can't have credit for that. Like he's got to take full responsibility of that.
Yeah, so I want. Do you guys see the images from the original Target looting in Minneapolis? There was one of them that just had me cracking up. It was just this white lady walking out dragging a mannequin. She was just,
That's what you
why
needed.
do you loot a mannequin?
That's a good. Like,
Maybe it's some weird ass fetish, man.
But I know, but you passed the electronics. You've passed all the furniture.
Maybe
you
it's all
passed
that was left.
Like
oh shit,
I'm
it's all
here.
gone. Let me just grab this mannequin.
Yeah, like I drove all the way out here. I might as well take something.
Like the lady with the lamps under her arms, like footballs running out of the store.
What if it was just some rich lady from the suburbs who just wanted to participate, and she was like, "I just need something to hold my extra wardrobe.
I helped.
there was a great.
I need a souvenir from the great looting of 2020."
I was watching that Target looting and with the there was a helicopter, a news helicopter. You know how those guys they have to be so politically correct. They're scared to death to say anything that might offend anybody. They're like, okay, well, and the dude is running out. He's literally got a lamp under his arm, and he's holding clothes in his other hand with the still on the racks. Still on the racks. He's like, now normally people will put things in bags and they won't be running to their car if they didn't steal it. So I'm thinking that they might be now I can't say for sure from up here, but they might be stolen. I'm like, dude, are you kidding right now? Are you You that scared of being politically correct? Your observation is, look, he's running to the car with things under his arm and no bags. That's not. Here's what he said. That's not usually the way you leave a store when you're shopping. That's what he said.
Well, well, you remember how much crap the media got during Katrina. Whenever there was an instance of them calling a group of white people, they're surviving. Whenever they had a bunch of food with them, you're scavenging and surviving. And then there was a group of black people, and they had like stereo equipment with them, and they labeled it, got like a lot of crap for that.
This situation is a lot different than that, but yeah.
So they're just hedging their bets. They don't.
Do you think anyone went into the Target and went into the dressing room, was trying shit on, and then was like, "Yeah, this one," and then ran out with it?
Yeah. They actually took the time to go try it on to make sure if they were going to. If I'm going to go to jail for this, if I have the potential to go to jail for this,
I'm going to look fly.
It's at least going to fit.
So let me ask you guys this. I want to ask a question.
If it fits, you have to acquit.
Let me ask you guys a question.
Your Honor, I look so good. Come on.
Let me try it on for you. Let me try it on. You'll see why. You look at me.
Oh, you look good. Not guilty.
So if you could only loot one store, if you could go loot one store, what store are you looting? Like, where's the first place you're heading if you were looting?
Like a Jared's, something with jewelry, right?
I'm gonna sound really weird, but Williams Sonoma. They got some really nice stuff.
Shut up, dude. What? That is the whitest thing I've ever heard.
People, you're the worst looter I've ever seen.
What? You don't want new kitchen? You don't want a whole new kitchen?
No, I don't.
How are you gonna loot a new kitchen, Tifo?
I'm not gonna.
Pots, pans.
I'm not gonna loot a $75 pancake flipper. I'm good.
Man, I think for me, like I probably would have to do like some kind of like sports store, like stealing jerseys and stuff.
Yeah.
So mine would be I would maybe do a jewelry store, or electronics. Like those are the two things. Jewelry and electronics are small and they're worth a lot. So if I'm looting, that's what I'm doing. I'm going after the highest dollar that I can fit under my fat arm.
And I learned.
Why does nobody loot car dealerships?
Because that's just stealing a car. That's not. I don't even know if that's looting. Is that called looting?
I mean,
that's Grand Theft Auto.
I think there's a dollar
but
amount.
what's the but then what's the difference between running into a Target that you broke into that has a broken window and grabbing stuff and just regular theft?
There's nothing except B&E.
But I think
that's what I'm saying.
There's a
one's
dollar
looting,
amount. Once it hits like 1,000 or 5,000 or something like that, though, you take a car, dude. That's Grand Theft Auto. That's like that takes it up. In
it's
the
$500 before you get to the larceny.
Yeah. So that's why.
Yeah, but it's going to lose half its value once I drive it off the lot.
Well, yeah. Are you prosecuting me for the value on the lot or the value?
Georgia, Chris's sister. She's definitely pregnant because she's looting Sam's Club. She's getting all the crackers.
I feel.
Yeah, I'm not helping you carry
I meant actual crackers, like actual food crackers. That's what I meant.
I do feel that
she is a cracker herself.
I do feel that because of my time watching Supermarket Sweep, that if I was to loot a supermarket, that I would know exactly where to go.
You gotta stay on the perimeter. You gotta stay on the perimeter
to get the most bang for my dollar. Well, you go to the meats, of course. That's the high dollar
especially
stuff.
right now.
Yeah, like Dickie said, you got to go You go to the perimeter. All the cheap stuff's in the aisles.
You can't go to the meats. There's nothing left.
I know, that's true.
It's already been looted by people that are buying it.
Don't you remember
supermarkets even do? Yeah, do supermarkets even do that sort of thing? Like the 10 minutes, all you can grab stuff for like the millionth customer or anything?
No,
do they still do that stuff?
No, they used to do
No, they just wait for a
cool
world
stuff.
pandemic and racist stuff.
Bro, I would suck so bad at that because you have to move fast.
Yeah.
And I am not fast. Like I'm gonna whatever's closest to the wherever I go, that's what I'm looting. Like I mean,
Gina, you got People magazines, National Enquirers, and gum. I don't understand. Like there was a whole store you
look
could
at all those Tic Tacs.
The whole store you could have hit. It's odd.
I mean, Walmart's got the rotisserie chickens up by the self checkout now.
That's true. That's true.
I'm gonna go loot Costco pizza.
I'm taking beef sticks, dude. Those things are expensive.
All right. Any final thoughts before we get out of here, you guys?
I got one.
Okay, go ahead, Tifo. Or go ahead, Jake.
I think I might be here again on Wednesday, making it 2 consecutive shows. I'm off Wednesday nights, so baby, let's rock and roll on
Awesome,
Wednesday.
Man. What about anyone else? Anyone else got anything before we go?
love each other. Stay safe and
Yeah.
love each other.
And-
Please
and
just
again,
love each other.
I know the world is crazy, but we are normal, and we're here with you. Don't worry, we got it. And to let you know, just because it's crazy on social media, normal people still outnumber crazies, even though it doesn't seem that way when you're flipping through your news feeds.
And there's people like me that I'm normal, but sometimes I go off on Facebook a little bit and seem like I'm not as normal as I actually am.
Right. Dickie, go ahead.
Operation Dick Storm, full effect.
Thank you guys for Chris Tiefel, Jake
What I'm
Nick,
doing right now.
I mean, holding itself back on the beefsteak remark.
Oh yeah, it was there. It definitely was there.
Chris Tiefel, Jake Dickey, Southside Gene. I'm Andrew Z. Thank you guys for watching. Wednesday night, 9 p.m. We'll be back here again. Otherwise, download it on your listen to your podcast in case you missed any of the show. Bye, everybody.
Come on!